Excellent Schools Detroit is a conglomeration of people who want to see the city and the schools all schools become excellent.
Evaporate. Inspire. Blizzard.
Their goal is by the year 2020 to have 90% of the students coming to school, and then 90% of those students graduating from high school, and then 90% of those students going on to some form of higher education, whether it be college or a training, so that they can be employable by the year 2020. Our purpose is to observe, not to make judgments or not to evaluate, but just to observe different things in the building to see whether or not we think the building is a safe, caring environment, whether or not they have high expectations for learning, and if there's community involvement in the building.
The teachers are using the bulletin boards for the instructional materials, but they're using these clotheslines to show off the children's work, because that's very important that the children see their work. So even though the boards are being used for instructional materials, they're still, who wouldn't put up a string and put some kids' work up there? That's just one.
What we observe kind of gives you an inkling of what's going on in the school. I think parents, when they go into a school to decide what school they're going to send their children to, their first impression is a lasting impression. And we want to let them know what our first impressions are. The team is consisted of community people, not necessarily all professionals. There will be some professionals here, but they're people who live in the community of Detroit, and therefore they're giving an opinion of what they see when they walk into a building and the impression that they get from when they walk into a building.
Well, I want them to really get a sense of that, even in a neighborhood that's struggling, Southwest Detroit area is still one of the areas in the southeast part of Michigan that's still growing, prospering. So we're one of many schools that are doing well in this area, and Detroit gets a black eye across the state and even around the country. So there are a lot of good things going on and things that are happening. So you have to advertise that. You have to let people know. You have to let people inside your buildings to get an idea, to let the other critics understand that there is learning going on, and we're doing our best with the resources that we have.
I found that there's some gems in Detroit. I know that I've got some work to do to become excellent schools, but I'm seeing that there are some people who love children, who work for children, who are working with children and parents to bring about the goals of the Excellent Schools Detroit.